everyone, welcome back. This is Shauna Noel from Illustrate Faith, and as we wrap up the Persevere kit here on the Illustrate Faith team, and before we jump into our next kit, which if you haven't looked at our Instagram, go check it out because we posted a sneak. It's Illustrate Faith on Instagram. I wanted to kind of take you through how I work through this kit and how I will continue to work through this kit. In the last video, I gave a little sneak into this book that I made. I've done some flip throughs on Facebook and Instagram, but I wanted to have a video where if you haven't caught any of those things or if you just want to have a reference point, you could have that. And then I also am going to share some of the Bible journaling pages that I've done throughout this kit as well. I found that I did process a lot right here in this journal and did about 4 Bible journaling pages, which normally more of it happens in my Bible, and going forward I'm sure that will fluctuate back and forth, but I really had so much fun right in here and kind of was able to get so much out of that I made my Bible journaling pages more like reflections of each week rather than of each day. So on the cover, I just used the stamp from the kit, and the book is a 4x6 to match the journaling cards and devotional cards that come in it. I simply used just a regular hole punch to punch holes in the side, and then binder rings that I got from Target, nothing special or fancy. I did tie some little ribbons and fabric on the side, and just I love kind of having mini books that are a little bit tactile. So the front is just the Persevere stamped over and over again. I did also sew on the title just to have it kind of popping off, give it a little bit of dimension as well. On the back I had this gold foil heart, and I wanted to cover the stitching that I used for the front, and I kind of like that it looks like it's mending a broken heart, if you can see that. Just kind of symbolic. And then we jump into, I'm going to move this out of the way really quick. We jump into the first week. So for each week, I had the devotional card in the front, and then I made a tag at the top along with the number of week that was from. And then you open it up and the devotional is on the back. And for each week, I also typed out a Bible verse on my typewriter and made a little journaling card for that as well. I wanted this to be a resource that if I ever am in a time of perseverance, which we all go through seasons of that, I know some of us in the group have kind of talked about what extreme that perseverance looks like in this season of our lives, and sometimes perseverance looks like getting through, you know, carpooling with the kids, and other times it's a lot more extreme and maybe has bigger consequences in your life. But it doesn't take away the fact that in those times we still need to persevere and rely on God for that perseverance. So I love that we were able to talk about that as well. So each week I also, like I said, just typed out the Bible verse, which was really fun and something that I will incorporate going forward as well. And then I used a tip-in. So this is one of the tip-ins. I believe it's from the Bright and Brave line, but I like how it just had the 5 different prompts. So I used that to do a little bit of prompted journaling. And then I also put a little tab at the top as well. Here's one of the tip-ins that came in the kit, and I just like that it had those words there that can kind of remind us some of the things we were able to take away from the kit this week or this month. And then this is one of the journaling cards. So I did the stamp title at the top, and then throughout this month I had different songs of perseverance that were given to me by different people, whether it's through conversations or on song or at church, whatever it may be. I found a message of perseverance in them and then would type out the lyrics and put them in here as well. Again, just being a resource for in those times you can run to that. When I was in Salt Lake City, my friend Robin, who is the contributor for this month, gave me this little key that says journey, and I thought it was perfect to go in this theme of perseverance, and it also reminds me of her, reminds me to pray for her and her journey of perseverance. She was so graceful in sharing so much of her journey and what God has brought her through and on, that I'm just love her. She's so sweet. I have this 4x6 card that has some gold foil on it. I just put "You Are Loved" as a little reminder. Had some little hearts on here. This is something I do all the time, is sew hearts down the center and create these little pop-ups. I just think they're so fun. Week 2, again, you'll see some similar things. So I had the tab at the top and then the Bible verse typed out, which it was a short Bible verse. So not a lot there, but still important for me to do. I did sew on some fabric here, and then I wanted to have a little prayer card in here because we talk about prayer. So I took the circle from the kit and put it on the back of this. I had this smile foil card that had a circle, so I thought that'd be good because then the back wouldn't be just the back of the paper. I also put some prayers in this little envelope. I ended up taking the string off, and right now I have this like vintage fabric hanging, kind of pulling it together. We'll see if I keep that or change that out. And on the back, I put a picture of my husband and daughter, youngest daughter, Addison. I had a lot of journaling here, but I ended up just using the word stronger because perseverance, and as we learn things and as we go through things as a family, which was some of the prayers that I tucked in there, we come out stronger and relying on God. And then in our family we do have a number thing. So we have certain things we pray over with the number 4, like there's 4 people in our family, so whenever I see 4s I often buy them, and my kids love that. And then we also have some significant numbers, you know, and different things. And it's just a visual reminder. We're visual people, so it kind of helps us. The 2 is for my husband and I, just to keep persevering in our marriage. And marriage is something that you continue to work on and continue to grow on and persevere through. So I thought it was a very good idea to include that in this as well. Here's week 3. And then another little Bible verse card. I had a lot of fun doing these, so I think I'll definitely be doing these again in the future. Here is just a piece of acetate, a really old school supply I had and was happy to be able to use. Again, you'll see some numbers throughout here. This was a graphic I designed a long time ago during a season of perseverance in my life, and I thought, well, how suiting would it be to have that as like a little reminder in here. I haven't decided where this little clip is gonna live yet, but he's just hanging out there for now. A little tab here that says "Take Heart" with our word fetty, which if you're brand new to our channel or kind of following what we're doing, I'm obsessed with word fetty, so I use it all the time. And you can find some of ours in the description below. I'll link to our Bible journaling shop where you can find some of those goodies, along with this beautiful kit. I would love for you guys to join us. Never too late. This is another one of those by our songs of perseverance, and again, I just typed it out. You'll see some spelling errors and things here because I used an actual typewriter, so there was no like backspace. I also like ran out of ink on this one, which is why you see the red. And then this is one of the tip-ins from the kit. I love these little reminders as well. This was from one of our older collections, and I just loved this as well. One of the things that in perseverance, and one of the reasons I love Bible journaling, is because when we go through periods of perseverance, it's so easy to get distracted by lies and untruths and doubt. And when we are able to take root in the truth or document what God has told us along the way, it's so much easier to use that as a tool to go back to in those times of doubt. Because we're all going to have times of doubt, times that are harder and times that we struggle. But when we have things like this to ground us and allow us to take root, it really can strengthen us in that journey. And this is another one of the lyrics. This one was "You Make Me Brave" by Bethel Music. I didn't do the whole song. It was just kind of parts of the lyrics that stuck out to me or that I really wanted to remember. This is the back of that card. Another Bible verse, which is the one that is documented here, Luke 12:32. Just type that out. And I use this cute little acetate bird that I've had for quite a while. I believe I got it in a Studio Calico kit a long time ago. And I thought it was perfect just to like highlight the amen, and then it talks about flock, so I thought that all went together. This little tab I cut out from an old perfume box I have, which just goes to show never throw anything away. And this pure is from the little bits of one of our first lines of Bella Boulevard, whatever is lovely. This acetate word is from Bella Boulevard as well, and I just thought it went perfectly in here. I love that it kind of looped on and kind of floats around here, and it's just a reminder of grace in this season of perseverance. One of the things I also talked about on our Facebook group, or in Facebook, is that oftentimes scrapbooking lines that aren't kind of faith-based are based around either our love for our children or our love for our husband or things like that. And I love that we can take those same sentiments and use them for our love for Jesus. So this one says, "You are my greatest adventure," which could not be more accurate when I think about my walk and my walk with God. Week 4, same idea. So when I'm doing a mini book to kind of keep things simple and not overthink things, you can have things that are patterns throughout, like how you treat the devotional sections, how you divide those up, how you document the different words and things like that. I put this little tag at the top, and then again I have a Bible verse here just typed out, and I put amen at some of them again, just to kind of have my own reminders of using those as prayers or whatever it may be. I used some washi tape and paper and a tab along with some word fetty to make a little cluster at the top here. And this is something that I can continue to add into, so you can see there's still lots of room that if I find things that I think will be good in here, I can just add them in at any time. This is another element I designed during a time of perseverance. I thought it went well here. And I wasn't looking for those two elements that I designed in the past, but they just kind of came to me. So that's kind of funny how that happens. And then at the end, I have this Project Life card that says "to be continued," because it's so true. Our journey is always a work in progress. We are unfinished. So that was honestly so much fun. And I am like just in love with making little mini books right now. So I think one great reminder is during our creative journey, we are gonna have different times where we really find inspiration in unexpected places. And if you had told me like 2 months ago that I was gonna be making mini books and having fun with it, I was like, no, I love Bible journaling only. I mean, I just love Bible journaling so much. And I used to be a scrapbooker, and I wasn't finding as much personal joy in it anymore. When I found Bible journaling, I just found such purpose for myself. I know other people find such purpose in other things that they're creating and why they like to create them, but for me personally, I was just loving Bible journaling so much. So to tell me that I would go back to making mini books, which was how I got into scrapbooking, I would have laughed. So it was really fun to kind of play with this and just kind of jump in. I don't know, again, that I'll do it every month, but it certainly was something that I really enjoyed for this. And I love that anytime I'm feeling a little down or a little lost or I'm having a valley, I can come to this and it will be a beautiful personal documentation, a beautiful resource for my journey with God. So I wanted to go ahead and also show you my Bible journaling entries for Persevere. You have probably seen some of these, but I'm gonna put this right here. I just finished this one not too long ago, so I don't want the pages to stick together too much. So 171, I wrote down the pages so I could flip to them semi-easily. Let's see. This is the first one. As you can see, I've been using a different kind of ink, this archival ink, Ranger archival ink, and it does bleed a little bit. And this is all just you deciding what kind of ink you want or that sort of thing. I know I'm gonna probably do this page over so it doesn't bother me too much. So for this first entry, I really decided to kind of use those same techniques I was using in the mini book, and I made this little journaling card with some prayers on it. I love doing clusters, so I did that at the top. And you can see I incorporated washi tape and ribbon and fabric and sewing and all sorts of things there. I also really like it when I can pull out old stamps and use them. This one was an older Ali Edwards stamp, and I find that if I pull things out, I would much more likely to use them. So sometimes I'll just pull things out and kind of challenge myself to use them every once in a while. All right, let's find the second week. Let's see. So this is the second week. You can see some similar things to the mini book as well, incorporating like the fabric and the layering of the washi. And I love the washi this month. I love these little letters, they're so much fun. Some journaling and more fabric. And between the Bible journaling and the book, I just feel like I got so much out of this month, and I really feel like it will be a tool to look back on in the future. 13, 11, 32. I really feel like I'll definitely use it as a resource going forward. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm excited. Let's see, I think we're almost there. This is one of my new Bibles I just started, so it's kind of empty. Gotta fill it up. Okay, so this one I kind of took a different technique with, and there is a video for this one, so I'll try to remember to link that up. But I used the questions that Robin gives us, and I typed them out and then wrote my responses in here on grid paper, and then I used some washi tape to kind of highlight those as well, along with the crosses. And again, using the washi tape I'm obsessed with, and it came together really easily and was super fun. But I like that I was able to fit so much information in this space as well. And then my last one, which you guys saw, was this one. And I did use some paint, which I hadn't in the other ones. Painting is kind of my go-to, so sometimes I just need to get it out of my system. But I really did kind of use up the stickers. So I knew that because they were mostly gone, I wasn't gonna come back and use them probably. So I wanted to kind of add a couple more just for fun. And so I only have like this one's pretty killed, I would say. In scrapbooking, when we had a kit and we used to use it all up, we would call the kit then killed, which we need to come up with a better term. So if you have a better term for that for Bible journaling kits, because killed probably is not a good one, go ahead and leave a comment in the description or in the comment section. That would be awesome if you came up with a better term we could start using. So I used all the stickers on there, which is awesome. I definitely was able to use so much of the kit because of this. Really helped me to do that and use it in a good way, not just like use it to use it. So I have one tab here, which you know me, I love to use multiple tabs on each one, so I might even go back and add that somewhere. And then just these three little ones, which again, I might even go back and add them in, just because the likelihood of me pulling out this one now that I've used so much of it is not as high, I would say. When I know I still have a lot to use, I'm much more likely to pull it out. But now that I would really call this, I'm so super satisfied with how much of the kit I was able to use. I feel really good about it. I used the stamp a ton also. I probably haven't used like these branches a ton yet, but those are something that are so versatile. You can really use them for anything. So on this one, I did use some gold foil paper to kind of add in some more gold elements, because I felt like there were some on the page, but it really wasn't enough to pull it together. So it helped me kind of add those in a little bit. And I did then clusters of embellishments across the page. So I had the hearts and the hexes, and then some hearts here and across the page. And then just allowed the paint to kind of pull that all together. Again, working with the layered washi, and then I used the little arrow stickers to kind of highlight the verse that we were working on as well. Lots of journaling in this whole kit. I mean, I really was able to pour my heart out and really surrender a lot of things, which I think was really helpful. But Persevere was one that I have for sure walked away from feeling like I have been able to grow and learn and trust and kind of process a lot of things. I think sometimes we want the end of a kit to have like a pretty bow on it and feel like we, you know, now have accomplished perseverance. But this is more of a kit that we can say, this is where God was with us and this is how he continues to provide for us in these times. And next time you are feeling like you need to persevere or that you need to call on him, this is a great resource and a great tool and a great place to keep coming back to for that knowledge and for those verses and for those songs and for those prayers and for the stories that Robin shares. I'm just so thankful for her sharing her journey and her heart and just being so brave. So I'm gonna go ahead and link to this in the description below. If you are not subscribed yet, like, friend, what are you waiting for? We want you as a subscriber. Like, go ahead, do it, push that button. We love you. And go ahead and leave us some comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know where you are at the kit. And if you have not picked up the kit, I will make sure to link that up along with all of our Bible journaling supplies and Bibles. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.